make is that we assume that once we talk about bus evacuations, is that they know what to do. So that's the first mistake that we make. In an evacuation, we have to go beyond just talking about bus evacuations for special needs. The best mechanism to do is hands-on. The more hands-on training that you give your drivers and attendants, the more equipped they will be. Tyrone, we moved to our in-services to having our drivers and our attendants actually do their in-service trainings together, because that they work so much hand in hand. So we decided that we were going to separate the regular drivers. Anybody that ever is in a situation that they feel substitutes, that they would be on a special needs bus, that they actually do in-service together. And we do different hands-on all of the time. So constantly there's the changes of the seat belts and the tie downs and all of those. You really have to stay so up to date. And things are starting to be more readily available to us with the internet and the sharing information. And by all means, that's what Tyrone was speaking about, getting your special needs departments involved in your training. Reach out. We sometimes don't take what's actually so available to us by, I don't know if you all, do you all have like an open line of communication with your special needs department or in your schools? Do you really go in there and actually communicate with them and you find out about your students, as well as some of the things that they are doing with their education, to be able to come back and bring it to your drivers and attendants? We have to do a better job with educating them. They really don't understand. They come to drive a bus and be an attendant, but they just think that that's what all that it equips. But we have to give them more information as to what they're dealing with. It's a fragile, delicate, and most of the time when you have you're in your living room, your dining rooms, and your grandmother says, we've had this in that home generation for years and years, you don't want to touch it. You don't want to go in that special room. It's the same thing on special needs buses. Everybody wants to just do the very minimum. They don't want to touch the child because it's fragile. But the more we learn about it, the better equipped that we are to embrace it. So your equipment on your special needs buses, they need to have more hands-on to be able to be more confident to say that in the event of an emergency, they know that they are prepared. So we're challenging you to incorporate more hands-on during your bus evacuation drills.
Now, these are some questions